It has to come down. It can't just stay there in the system. Actually, there's also another, and you mentioned the Chazal. I was thinking of another one, that the Rebbe, interesting word. The Friedrich Rebbe once had someone that came to him in a private audience. And he said to him, I learned this and this much Torah. He says, you learned so much Torah, what did Torah teach you? You know, what did it come down to you? You learned, like you're the one that learned, but what did it do in your practical life? So this is basically the Aveda of Torah. The whole purpose of Torah mitzvahs is to refine a person. So therefore, this is getting back to the inyan of tefillah, that tefillah is a inyan which is bechol shara mitzvahs. It touches everything because it is like the spine that keeps up the whole body.
But you also see that half the from world are not learning Hasidus. They're not Hasidim. They're learning Gemara all day, Shulchan Aruch. They're not into Hasidus.
It's okay.
They're not into Hasidus. They're not Hasidim. They don't follow any of this stuff.
Okay.
And so, what does that make them? What happens to them? I mean,
we know one thing, that the people that were in Russia, and their lifeline was Chassidus. They learned Gemara and everything, but in order to have the flavor, in order to have light and life, Eir v'chayis nafshenu, that was given to us by Teres Chassidus, is something that they were lacking. And a lot of them did not manage to go through the trials and tribulations, because the spark was not ignited, unless they were great people. But otherwise, averagely speaking, Chassidus was the ignition. Chassidus was the force that kept Yidden going in Russia. It was Pashat, the energy and everything. The Eir v'chayis, the light and life in Torah mitzvahs was given for Chassidus. And today we see that the Chassidische, the Weltische world, although they're not learning Chassidus, but they are starting to look into a lot of Chassidus Svarim. I personally met people from a yeshiva in Flatbush. They were holding a Bnei Yisoscha 10 years ago. A Bnei Yisoscha, which is a Chassidische Sefer, outright.
See what's going on in Borpak with Heichal Menachem.
Heichal Menachem, we see Pashat Atzlacha from yeshivas and people coming and learning Chassidus. It's something, there's a thirst for it. And they see that this is something that is a guide in life. There are certain times where a person comes to a middle of an intersection, doesn't know what to do weiter. And he needs guidance, he needs light, he needs life, he needs flavor. And he sees he needs more chayas, and it's not enough what he has till now.
But today we are actually obligated to learn Chassidus. I mean, before the Baal Shem Tov was revealed, it wasn't the time.
Today it is something which is, it's Bashet Negeya for Yerushalayim. You see, the Rebbe says, when we look at the chilik between a chassid and a veltisha, the Rebbe says the chilik is very Pashet. When we ask a person how many pairs of tefillin does he wear, he wears 2 pairs of tefillin. Who is he? He's a chassid. What else does he do? It comes to tzitzis, he's mahader with tzitzis. It comes to other mitzvahs, he's mahader in everything. Chalav Yisrael, he's mahader. He doesn't rely on a verdict that in case he'll be somewhere in the Hicks, he can use chalav stam, regular milk. He's a chassid. If he needs to, he'll go to the farm and make sure that he has milk, supervised. Chalav Yisrael. It comes to Pasakum, Pas Yisrael, Bisholak, all these inyanim, he's not mekel, he's not lenient. The reason a person is lenient is because he thinks he gets away with it. He does not have the drive, he does not have the energy, he does not have the spark, which is giving him a flavor, a zest, a fervor in Torah mitzvahs. And that's why there's a slacking off from mainstream halacha. Pshasa, but a person is a chassidisha, by him there's no 2 ways about it. A person has to be. It has to be like that. It has to be like that. If not, he won't do Torah. He won't eat this and this product. He won't be able to do other things. He won't be able to do other things. I'll derech like an example. Bochum, they were learning in the yeshiva, in the Lubavitch yeshiva in 1940s. It's a story that I just heard Friday night. They went swimming. I think it was by Rockaway. That was those years. It was the Rockaway beach. They went in Far Rockaway. They went swimming, and after they came back from swimming, they went into the store. They bought themselves a drink. So they said, we really need water also. We just went swimming, and we touch parts of the body that we usually don't touch. We have to wash our hands. So we cannot drink anything. We can't make a shahakal till we wash our hands. This is called Yiras Shamayim. This is called mainstream Judaism. Not something when a person is lenient and wherever there's a loophole and you can fall through. Chassidim are more mahader in Torah mitzvahs than others. Mitzias is because there's the Yiras Shamayim is a stronger one because they have pasha the flavor of chassidus, which gives a chayas in Torah mitzvahs, a life, energy in Torah mitzvahs. As the Rebbe Rashab writes, Eir v'chayas nafsheinu nitan lanu. The light and life of our nefesh was given to us, our soul. Spiritual, light and life. And therefore, when a person learns chassidus, he understands his connection to godliness. He understands what is the uniqueness of every mitzvah. And Mamela, he does it with a special energy. So Mamela, to continue with the end of this paragraph, the Zeo kol atzmeise temarno gemer. This is the inyan that kol atzmeise temarno. Kol atzmeise temarno means that all the bones, all the limbs of the body speak. Hainu, shekol ha-mitzvahs atluyas beivorim, ad le-mitzvahs atluyas b'dibur. All the mitzvahs that are dependent on the limbs, till the mitzvahs that are dependent on dibur, on inyanim that a person has to speak, which means mitzvahs that he has to do verbally, ube machshava, and also mitzvahs that he has to think about them. There are certain mitzvahs that we need machshava thinking. Kulam mekablim chayusam and alev. All of them receive their life from the heart. So the heart is the main part. Now we go on. What does this mean in Aveda Ruchnius, the union of the heart, and what does it mean Mitzrayim, Egypt, and what does it mean leaving Egypt? So the Rebbe continues, that the Razal say there are three different kings in a person's body, the mind, the heart, and the liver. And the abbreviation for them is Meyach, Leiv, and Kovid, Rosh Tevis, Melech, king. These are the three rulers in a person's body. They actually have an effect, a very strong impact on the body of the person. In the spiritual Aveda of a person, you have the Me'ach, the brain, and the intellect. And in addition to that, he also has the heart, which is the place where the emotions rest, dwell. The Aveda of the heart consists of midas, the emotions. And the main thing is Ave. That there is no service like the service of love, of affection. This is the biggest service, how we can serve our Creator. Ava, which is more than Yira. Derech, like it's told the story when I get to the Rebbe. The Bishaz the Rebbe was being Menachem Avel. The Rebbe was Menachem Avel, a certain family of Menachem Avel. He came to comfort the people, a mourning family after the passing of their father, their husband, who was a Rav, a big Rav in Agudas Rabbanim. This was in the early 1950s. So when the Rebbe, towards the end, they asked the Rebbe if he wants to, they want to give him shalom. The custom by other Chassidim is that they give shalom, they shake hands. It's not a custom by Chabad, but in other customs of Chassidim, they have that custom.
The sign of mourning or general?
No, in general. In general, when they meet a tzaddik, they give the hand shalom. And the same thing is also in regards to l'chaim. When they say l'chaim, they also shake hands. Because the union of l'chaim is bracha, a blessing, and the joint of a person, the hand has 14 joints, and together with another 14 joints from the second hand, it becomes keach. Keach, strength. So that's why the minig is by Chassidim, by other Chassidim, that they shake hands by saying l'chaim. And again, by Chabad we don't do it. There was one time in 1958, somebody came to the Rebbe, and they wanted to shake hands by l'chaim. So the Rebbe says, in Yiddish, the Rebbe says, Mir gleben on shoklen hand. We trust without a handshake. This is an expression the Rebbe said. We trust without a handshake. Getting back to this story.
By Chabad doesn't shake.
Just by greeting each other.
They don't shake the Rebbe's hand.
No. Generally, Chabad Chassidim, they don't, it's not a point of shaking hands, right? We don't give shalom. We don't give shalom. We don't even greet a Rebbe. We don't even give a shalom aleichem to a Rebbe. Because the Gemara says, In Yerushalmi, it says, Jerusalem Talmud, it's mentioned, that when a Talmud saw his Rebbe, he ran the other way. Re'uni ne'orim v'nachbo, they hid away. In Bavli, in Babylon, there was a custom that